Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Little Gaming. I'm your host Rudy. Hope you're all having a good one. Today I'm playing some Balatro, trying to get that first win with the magic deck. Now I had a big brain fart and mistakes were made, but there was redemption in the end. So stick around and leave a like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, do all the things. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so to bring you up to speed, this is Ante 5. I'm on the big boss blind, and I obviously, you will see in a minute, misread what the boss blind was. I assumed it was the needle, so I'm trying to come up with my best single hand possible. I was cruising through this run, I was feeling confident, and then let's see if you can predict what's about to happen. Right about this point, I'm thinking, let's change those jacks into spades so I can get a flush house to make the biggest possible single hand I can get. And boy, did that backfire. Now at this point, I'm a little stunned. I think the match should be over because I played one hand and didn't get the 22,000. So in my confusion, I start clicking on cards. And then I see a prompt and don't know why. And then I'm like, well, maybe I could play other cards. Now, fully aware of my mistake, I did all I could do. Played out all my hands and admitted defeat. And then, of course, started another run. After that last brain fart with the magical deck, I decided to change things up and go with the yellow deck, but play at the red stake for the first time with any deck. I wasn't recording earlier because after the magical flop, I just shut OBS down and wasn't going to play anymore, but decided, you know what? That was a bad taste to go out on. Let me fire up one more round because this is Balatro and that's what you do. One more round. And of course, not recording, I went on a big run and had some really good jokers, but I'm glad I got this much recorded, so not all is lost. Now here I'm going to give you guys a look at the jokers I'm running, and you'll be able to see a lot of them already have some kind of buff to them or a poly, and that's just huge. I mean, my multipliers are big and they just keep getting bigger, as you'll see. And the Constellation Joker is one of my favorites, and by the end of the game, he's by far my biggest multiplier, which is why I was able to get as far as I did. And here's a look at my deck, just to give you guys an idea of what cards I'm getting. I'm at this point trying to keep stacking kings and getting more face cards to pair them with, and I'm also trying to weed out some of the lower cards, and I'm trying to get a lot of 2 pairs and play with rocks. Okay, with this hand I get a flush right away and play it, and I know I'm going to get big points, should at least get me halfway there, and it does. Then I don't really draw any useful cards, so I discard, and then I got my 2 pair. But then I decide to get fancy, discard the 5 to get a tarot card, and then I think, oh, this is good, I'll add a multiplier to a card. Unfortunately, I chose the king by mistake. I should have chose a lower number, that way I can keep it in my hand and play the king. But not a big deal. I pivot, play my 2 queens, play my 2 10s, play the 9 for my 2 of pairs, and then the king multiplier kicks, and that's enough to win the hand. Now at this point, when I hit the shops, I'm not really looking for jokers anymore. I'm kind of liking my setup, unless I can trade out the swashbuckler. So what I'm mainly concentrating on are celestial cards, or any card that will give me more planet cards, because that's going to increase the multiplier of my celestial joker card, and that's what I'm trying to focus on until the end, to max that multiplier out and just keep stacking. Okay, we got a straight right out the bat with the king multiplier, and gonna play that and know that's gonna get me close to beating this hand. 1, 2, 3. Don't get a great draw, so I'm gonna discard 4 cards here, pick up 4 new ones, and hope for something better. Those cards did not help, so Even though I hate to only discard 2 cards, it looks like the 5 and 6 are going to take a trip, and we're going to get 2 fresh ones. Now, that's a lot better. We're going to pull an ace high straight right off, and we're going to get some multipliers with those cards, and that's going to easily get us over the 30,000. On to the next hand. With money being a premium, I'm going to go with the jumbo pack because I want to keep trying to draw those kings. And I do, but a little voice in the back of my head named Stefan says if I don't take that foiled queen, I'm going to regret it. So that's what I end up taking. This time I'm fully aware of what the boss blind is, and I'm not worried about starting with no discards, especially with these cards out the gate. Get that 2 pair with a rock, and that's going to be big points, big multipliers. All right, we get another really good draw, 2 pairs and a rock, and that's going to easily put us over the 40,000. At this point, I get that feeling of hope and dread that many Balatro players feel when you think, I got ante 8 in the bag, but you never can be too sure. Once again, the shop delivers. I have exactly $8 and a mega celestial pack happens to be there. So I obviously have to take that to get 2 planetary cards to build up my celestial joker, who is starting to stack, and that's going to be huge going into the last couple of antes. For the second planetary card, I'm going back and forth between pair and full house. I would like to go full house because I feel like you need bigger hands at near the end, but I haven't leveled it at all, so I go with the planet. Not that I leveled that much more, but it's what we do. Now, these blinds are interesting because I don't feel worried about the last one, and I've been getting 70,000 pretty consistently. But what is interesting is the first one to skip to get everything free. I needed to do that because money was tight. And if I was going to have a chance of getting more celestial packs or planetary cards, I was going to have to get them for free. This hand was definitely pretty good. I had a pair of 9, so I figured discard and get my kings, which I did, which got me my 2 pair with the 9 multiplier, which is going to be good points. And that should get me more than halfway to where I need to be. Ooh, this is not a good draw, but I do have a pair of aces, so I'm just going to discard the 5 low cards and hope to get something better. All right, and we get our 2 pairs and the rock for a 5-card hand. That's easily going to put us over the 52,500 mark. At first glance, we get a planetary card, which is nice, and then we got 2 arcana packs, so hopefully we'll get something good there too. Oh, and of course the Wheel of Fortune comes into play. Unfortunately, I'm a sucker and have to buy that card every single time. And it's always a nope. Hopefully this Arcana pack does better. Nope, Wheel of Fortune, let's do it. Ugh. But all's not lost. I do have a High Priestess card sitting on the screen, and that's going to give me 2 planet cards, so I'm going to be able to buff that Joker after all. And with playing these 2 cards, I'm going to get my Joker up to a ×2 multiplier, which is very nice. Again, I'm feeling good with my Jokers, so this to-do list is just going to be skipped, and I feel like we should just get on to the next round. Alright, I like this draw. I got a pair, a rock, and 1 king in my hand, so I feel like discarding, I have a good chance of drawing another king to complete my 2 pair. It's not a king, but I do get another 9, and that's good enough to get my 2 pair plus rock. And that's going to easily get me over the 70,000 mark and on to ante 8. Here we come. Let's go. All right, not the most exciting shop, but there is a planet card, so we're definitely going to take that and play it. That way we can keep buffing that Joker. We're also going to take that standard pack and hope to get another king. And we do. All right, let's go. Before leaving the shop, I get a feeling I should buy this Arcana pack. I don't know why, but we're going to do it. Alright, we end up with an Empress card, which is not so bad. We're going to add multiplier to 2 more cards, and that should help us going into ante 8. Now, when I check out the blinds, I notice Crimson Heart at the end. Not super excited about that. Depending on what Joker is shut down, it can have a big impact on my hand. Alright, another good starting hand, which is a pair and a king, so I should be able to discard here and hopefully get another king. I don't, but I do get my 2 pair, and even though it's low, still going to get points. And as you can see, I'm getting the flames, meaning we beat the hand, even though I didn't even have to use a face card. The engine's going good, and those multipliers are big. Alright, money's tight, but we still got enough for a planet card, and we're going to keep buffing that Joker as much as we can. Wish I had enough for the Spectral pack, but I don't, so we're going to take the Arcana pack. No reason to hold on to any money today. Alright, we do draw a Strength card, which I do like. Anytime you can pick multiple cards and just upgrade them, I'm all about it. So we're going to get this 10 and 9 and make another Jack and a 10. I get a little antsy here, and I decide to skip at the prospect of a free Joker if I beat this big boss. Hopefully it works out. Unfortunately, I forgot what the Hourglass Joker does because it's the first time I played him, so I'm hoping it doesn't impact me too hard, and I'm just going to try to discard and get a 2 pair to play. For some reason, I'm having a hard time deciding what to discard, but choose those 3, and I draw another Jack, and I hate to do it, but I'm just going to discard 1 card and hope to get something. And it worked out. I got my king for the street. Ooh, I know what that Joker does, and that's my big multiplier, so I know this is going to hurt. So I'm going to discard and hope to get my 2 pair with the rock, which I do. Now it's time to sit and wait and watch the points get totaled and hope I get close enough to 100,000 that I'm able to get whatever the difference is in the next 2 hands. Ooh, I catch a break here. Swashbuckler is probably the one Joker I can't afford to lose. Unfortunately, I don't have great cards here. I mean, right now I'm looking at a pair. Luckily, I have the king that's steel, so he'll multiply it, and maybe that will be enough. We'll see. Okay, it wasn't enough, but this hand is stacked, and I'm definitely going to have enough to get through over that 100,000 marker and into endless mode. Let's do it. Okay, that's our first time beating a red deck difficulty level, so endless mode, here we go. Let's see how far we can take this. And it did pay off because I got my free Joker. Good thing I skipped. Alright, with the rest of my money, it looks like we're going to take a Celestial pack, Jumbo. That way we can choose another planetary card to keep upgrading that Joker, which is the most important thing at this point. Taking a quick glance at the blinds, nothing sticks out too much. I mean, the tooth, you know, losing money to me is no big deal. I never have it, so the only thing is I might go negative, and that's a bummer. Starting out strong out the gate here, we got a full house. We also have 2 pair with the rock, and I believe the 2 pair with the rock is going to be stronger. I checked just to make sure it is, so that's what I play. Then with the multiplier going through the roof over 400, we almost beat the blind in 1 hand. Now being so close to our goal, we play another 2 pair. That's easily going to put us over the 110 and pass the small blind on to the next. Ooh, unlocked a new voucher. Can't wait to see what that is at the end. This shop is huge. I got $10 and a Celestial Jumbo and a Standard Pack. Just what we needed. Alright, we're going to go with the full house here as it's slowly starting to build up and become more and more valuable as we get later into this game. And for the Standard Pack, hoping for a king. Denied, but we'll take that. Another big starting hand with 2 pairs and the rock and the king to smack them with a multiplier. Love it. Wow, with that multiplier closing in on 500, I know I'm doing good with that. All right, nothing too great here. Do a few discards and we should be able to match up. Nope, not a match, but, you know, another discard. And should get something this time. And there you go. All right, we get the 2 pair with the rock and the king, and the 8 gonna give us multipliers, and that's gonna easily boost us over the 165,000. Oh wow, look at that, 2 planetary cards, but I think I gotta go Standard Pack because I need to get more cards in the deck that I can pair with. And I got the king. Let's go. Like I said before, not worried about losing money per card played. Just don't want to go too negative if possible, but we're going to be discarding here. And hopefully we draw something better. All right, we get some aces, but we're going to have to discard again and hope to build up still. Let's see what we get. Ooh, 4 of a kind, and that looks like we're going to play that. Getting a little nervous playing 4 of a kind. I haven't built it up, but if you're going to get a 550 multiplier, any hand's going to be good. So we're halfway to our goal, and we have a nice hand in front of us. All right, we're going to look to maybe discard these 2 and try to draw another king or something. Hopefully we get it. And we do. Full house, and we're going to play it. Been building up full houses a little bit at a time, but I don't think this is going to get me as far as I need. So hopefully, whatever the difference is, I can make up in 2 more hands, and I should with that. And just like that, the good old 2 pair gets it done. On to the next blind. And I forgot I have negative money, so we're not going to do anything in the shop. On to the next one. Now, I just noticed the pillar sitting there at the boss blind over $1 million. Lucky for me, I can skip the small blind, and that's going to change the boss blind. Lucky me, it changes to the wheel, and I feel like that's something I can overcome as long as I can get that many chips. After discarding a couple of times, I'm looking for a 2 pair, hopefully, and I'm going to have to discard again. And this time, we get our pairs with the rock, and hopefully, we don't have to discard much more because we only have 1 left. I don't know why, but I was expecting to get more points out of this and a higher multiplier. And since I didn't, I'm starting to feel like 1 million might not be in my reach. And that might be a little bit of foreshadowing for you. Now I'm trying to discard again for the last time. All that confidence and all that ego that I thought I had, Balatro was finding a way to put me in my place and make me realize that there is no way I'm doing this and no way that I'm going to see ante 11. After all that, I'm not even going to get halfway through. Man, this game, it's such a fine line between like feeling plausible and then being complete bullshit, but it's so good. And this was a good run. I'm very happy with it. It definitely made up for the brain fart I had during the magical deck run. And thank you all for watching if you got to the end. And, let me know what decks you like running. Leave a comment, leave a like, do a subscribe. And until next time, I'm Rue saying, let's all gaming.